Sorry, I'm doing a live Take from above, please.
Mic test. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Loud and clear? All right. This one. We apologize for the late start, but we are happy to start now. Good afternoon, everyone. Can we please have silent prayer in our own ways? I am Dr. Neneba, the Vice President of the Association of Resident Doctors, The Gambia, and I will be your chairperson for the press conference today. I hereby introduce the other members of the executive. On my right flank is the President, Dr. Ibrahim Abba, and next to him is the Treasurer of our sister association, the Medical and Dental Association of the Gambia, Dr. Abdou Silla. Next to him is the Secretary General of Gard, who is Dr. Babukar Dafe. Next to him is the Assistant Secretary General, Dr. Fatoumata Jaite. And then we have our able Treasurer, Dr. Dado Jabi. Next to her is the Assistant Welfare Officer, who is Dr. Mayama Drame. And our Auditor, Dr. Ananjai. The Assistant IPRO, Dr. Yafatu BM Job. And the Assistant Treasurer, Dr. Abdou Gais. And the rest of the medical team and the members of other medical fraternity. I hereby welcome the press to the first ever conference in relation to the publication on the Standard newspaper about a week ago. It is rather unfortunate that we are forced in this situation to call for a press conference to clarify the cited inaccuracies in the publication. The format of the conference will be as follows. There will be a Gard press statement read by our President, followed by a brief question and answer session that I shall moderate, then a closing statement will be read. I now welcome the President of the Association of Resident Doctors, The Gambia, Dr. Ibrahim Abba, to read the press statement for us.
Good afternoon. Press statement. The Association of Resident Doctors, The Gambia, Gard, a representative body of all the resident doctors with a current membership of 191 doctors countrywide and abroad, hereby issue this press statement as a response to the recent publication on the Standard newspaper, article of 28 February 2018, volume 9, issue 42, titled Corruption Hindering Health Sector. In this publication, the Minister of Health and Social Welfare was reported to have revealed that efforts in developing the health sector are held back by corruption and unpatriotic doctors. Quote, when you talk about corruption in the health system, we all know how it is. These young doctors that will just go and practice pharmaceutics, some of them have opened their own pharmacies with the resources that we have. I'm very sure of what I am saying because I am PS on code. We unreservedly condemned in the strongest possible terms these defamatory remarks and find them very disappointing without justification. We understand following subventions from the ministry, whether adequate or not, for a budget proposal. Drugs are procured and stored at the central medical stores, from where distribution is done to the various government hospitals and other health facilities on a quarterly basis or sometimes on demand. At these health facilities, drugs are entirely under the control of the pharmacy health department. Dispensing of these drugs is done from the pharmacy following a medical doctor's prescription per diagnosis made, either for outpatient cases or administration within the wards for inpatient depending on the treatment plan. Thus, following this chain meticulously, one would agree that the only role a medical doctor plays is prescribing. He or she is not in any way involved in the procurement or dispensing of drugs. If the minister doesn't understand the basic from budgeting, drug procurement, down to dispensing, then it shows her incompetence at her job. Unless she is deliberately scapegoating, knowing where the problem truly lies. We understand the Gambia is a resource-limited country, and therefore it is the responsibility of the minister and her administration to prepare proper and comprehensive budget proposal for the health sector, and also ensure a wise and transparent allocation is done in all health areas. However, we expect inefficiency in such, since the ministry is administratively challenged. Hence, a total restructuring with proper schemes and policies put in place is required to rehabilitate our debilitating health system. Thank you for that.
For that press statement. We now move to the question and answer session. We would urge all journalists present to briefly introduce themselves and the media houses they represent. Please be brief and precise with your questions related to the press statement. The floor is now open for the journalists to ask questions.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. My name is Alo Sise from QTV. I just wanted to know, now that you have delivered this statement, what are you expecting from Honorable Minister?
Okay, there's a question from QTV regarding the follow-up after this statement. What do we expect from the minister?
Okay, thank you for the question. Once again, I introduce myself. I am Dr. Gard. I'm the Secretary General of the association. So, like she said from the opening remarks, there is a format for today's press conference. So we are going to have a closing statement that is comprehensively going to buttress on that. So unless if there is another question related to the action that we want to make in regards to the publication, we will just wait until the closing statement is given. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other question from the press?
Good afternoon. My name is Mamuel Lenga. My name is Mamuel Lenga. I'm reporting for Voice Newspaper and Hello Gambia in America as well. As the press statement been given, delivered by Dr. President of the Doctors Association, this is just the first. This is just the first steps and the first moves that you guys have been taking. What are next plans that you guys want to plan to do to make sure that these issues will be solved immediately as soon as possible?
Thank you for the question. Like we said, the questions we are inviting are supposed to be related to the press statement. After the question and answer session, we're going to give a closing remark. So that will highlight what next. Any other questions? Please, let's maintain silence. If there are no other questions, you have a question. All right. If there are no other questions, I'll invite the President to give a closing statement.
In conclusion, the entire membership of Gard, 191 doctors, unanimously agreed that following her recent comment and considering our ailing health system, we have no confidence in her leading us as the Minister of Health and Social Welfare. We therefore, in this regard, demand that 1, the Minister retracts her statement immediately, 2, apologizes to the entire medical and health fraternity, and 3, immediately appends her resignation within 48 hours. Or we respond with a sit-down strike if these demands are not met. In this spirit, we continue to pledge our firm allegiance. In this spirit, we pledge our firm allegiance to our beloved country, and we pray that the great God of nations keeps us ever true to the Gambia. Thank you very much.
Let her learn from this.